Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Galactic Reviews. This past week, all of us went out and watched on our own time the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, a ballbuster Nazi fighting, Henry Cavill swinging hullabaloo. This movie was a ton of fun. It's really just Henry Cavill in gang fighting Nazis. That's essentially boiled down the whole plot. It does bring in fun historical context. It does preface it with this is based on a true story, which I didn't know going in. It is based off of some historical accounts of World War II shenanigans. I don't know if that's the best way to put that.
Yeah.
This was very reminiscent of movies, kind of like Inglorious Bastards. Definitely had kind of like a heist movie formula for its plot. Um, This was a movie made for men with actors made for women. Overall, pretty decent. Overall, pretty fun. Henry, all of the characters on the team were had different personalities and were fun. This is definitely not like a fleshed out movie where you really get to see the characters or really any character growth. It's just there's an impossible mission that we're not allowed to do. Who can we get to do it? I know these dangerous men that don't follow orders.
Henry Cavill.
Pretty much. Henry Cavill playing a Brit, Alan Richardson playing a Swede, and
This is
that man is so massive. Oh my goodness, I want to look like him,
that makes me want to watch Reacher, in all
right?
honesty.
I
Yeah.
right. I want to look like him. I want to just be a tower of muscle that Alan Richardson is. Oh, I loved any time he was just fighting on screen, especially when he's just like I like the weird conventions that they did with him because they could have easily just made him like a bruiser with like a big stick or a hammer. But instead they would like give him a bow and arrow or like a tiny knife.
It's the most impressive part was him just using that bow and like go having the arrow go through people. I'm like, that is a feat in and of itself.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a 150 plus pound bow. Whew.
Well, those old British bows were very taut. So yeah, it's not a real surprise, but it's still
It's whoa. Overall, just a ton of fun. Just a very basic heist movie in the war context. Um, Fun, top tier actors sprinkled throughout the movie. Um, I'm glad to see Jamis is doing well. Like a decent like 6.5, 7. Like it's just just a fun action movie.
Zach, you or me?
I'll let you go while I try to calm this dog down before it.
Okay. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was going to be more action packed though. But I did enjoy it. The historical context was fun and interesting, and made me go look into the historical context. And basically, all the director has said, or I think one of the writers has said. I don't know if it was the director or one of the writers, but it was. They just said the only thing that's true is essentially the stuff that happens. It's like this crew was sent out as black ops to steal the ships. Like not everything in there that happens is true. Apparently, there was so a lot of this stuff that was action packed and all stuff was actually stuff put in by the director and all that stuff and the writing team and whatnot. It was still fun. I just wish there was more of it. I didn't mind the lady, the actress. I didn't mind her. I didn't mind her part. But I also didn't know why she was there. Like she didn't really seem to serve a purpose except kind of showing us a glimpse at this giant bad guy that died relatively easily and that the heroes never really met. So it just that part really didn't seem to make much sense. I would rather have seen more action than
I mean,
her part of the story.
I
I
guess the
didn't mind
main
it, but I would have just liked to have seen some. There was something more this movie could have given me besides
I guess
that.
the main benefit was the intel she got from the briefcase.
the briefcase and when they said the hull of the ship was reinforced.
Yeah, I guess.
That's basically what she was used for, and that's what they stated pretty much in the beginning of the movie as well.
Yeah,
She's just there to get information from like officers.
Yeah, but it also kind of seemed like that was what the other guy was there for as well.
Well,
Yeah,
So
he was, yes and no, he was there mostly because, yes, to get intel, but also kind of just to help other spies get in if there were more than just her.
yeah. Well,
oh well. Either way, continue.
regardless, regardless, I still would have liked to have seen more of the action instead of
I
more of
agree.
the sort of social networking that they kind of showed throughout the film of the spy ring.
Yeah, I agree.
So
More action, please.
yeah, I liked
Yeah.
I liked all the characters. So don't get me wrong. There's some things I wish they would have changed as far as like the script. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. It was a good film, very good film. Was it historically accurate? Not really, but because apparently there was no fighting. Really, they didn't run into anybody. The Black Ops team, they just took the boats and left.
Hey,
So
that's one of the
Honestly,
best things you can ask for in a mission, let's be honest.
yeah, yeah.
as far as a movie goes, like that wouldn't be fun to watch, but like
No,
No,
no, but
no,
in
but
a mission like that,
it would have been ironically funny to have this team like be like fighting in the beginning, like very hardcore fighting, and then just coming up expecting a giant fight and there being nothing there. Just ironically funny.
it's like they list off all these people in their like huge arsenal of skills and like
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
happens.
yeah. Nothing goes down. It's like, oh well, you guys did a good job. We'll keep you around. I didn't really care that much for the guy who played Winston Churchill. I wish they would have gotten Gary Oldman from Darkest Hour, but I lightened up to. I thought later as the film went on, I kept on thinking he did a better job than what I was originally hoping for. So I thought he did good. Yeah, 7 out of 10. There's a lot of alludes to James Bond, which I thought were fun.
I mean,
And
apparently the guy that Henry Cavill's character is based off of is thought to be the inspiration behind James.
yes, yes. So
Yes.
they have a character in there, Ian Fleming, which is the writer for the James Bond books, and Ian Fleming is the guy who's beside M the whole time. The blonde guy, that is Ian
Hmm.
Fleming. And I think he actually is legitimately was part of this Black Ops sort of thing. And that guy who he's working under is named M. So it's a whole bunch of stuff where they paid nod to James Bond because this is kind of where
It originated.
it originated, where the author was a part of a lot of this. The characters were sort of drawn from a lot of these characters. Well, at least the 3 legitimate ones in here. The last 2, the what's his face, Applegate, Gus, and then the Alan Richardson character. Those 3 are actually real people. The Frogman and the Irish kid that was following
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's character around all the time. Those 2 are amalgamations of basically the other 20 people that were in the crew along with this Black Ops unit. So, but overall, fun, interesting movie. And now I want to grab the book.
I mean, hey, if the
Uh,
movie, you want to read the book, it
Well, I
did.
want to read the book just because it's
yeah.
about the Black Ops unit, and I want to see if it tells any more of these stories that this Black Ops units
I
did,
want to hear
because
the
this
other
is
side.
all declassified files from 2016, I think the movie said. So
Crazy.
yeah, this is apparently the inspiration for Black Ops. So I
Like
mean,
70 years after the fact? Holy cow.
yeah, yeah. Well, Churchill was gonna get in major trouble. So, and it was, and if you watch Darkest Hour, not a lot of people liked him in the cabinet anyway. So if you've watched
Yeah.
Darkest Hour, that is a phenomenal film, and I think it kind of ties in well with this, in my opinion. Kind of seems somewhat consistent as far as like
I mean,
showing
I mean,
Churchill
this,
anyway.
well, yeah, but it's also like historically,
It's historical. I put it under like
you know,
historical fiction. Like
yeah.
it takes place in a historical time. There is some historical stuff that actually truly does happen, but it's taken
It's
at a
not, it's not like Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Slayer, where that's just like pure fiction.
Yeah, no, this is like it's just
This is more of
this
a
is there's some stuff that historically happened. We just don't know we where they loosely they change things to make it seem more theatrical.
yeah.
So yeah. Zach.
Well, I very much enjoyed this movie. I'll give it my rating because I mean, not much left to really talk about this movie. I give this movie a 9 because I'm just a big fan of it. I like this type of movie, this style of movie. I was a really big fan of Inglourious Bastards as well, so it's not a real surprise. Um, this is more my style of like an action spy movie. I enjoy James Bond, but I enjoy these movies a bit more solely for like even if it's just a little bit, there's slight historical value and accuracy. I just appreciate them more
You like
than
these movies within a historical context.
precisely. So yeah, that's one big reason why I give this movie such a much higher rating. I don't know what else to say about this movie specifically. I think we hit all of the key points.
Yeah, the more I think about this movie, the more I like it. So I might change mine to 7.5.
I
So
think one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie was the interaction between what was his name? Frogman and the
the Irish
Swede.
kid? Oh, the
No,
Swede?
no, no, no. The Swede.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Yeah, you
was
have to
probably
pass me. I love a good hunt.
Why am I actually getting hot? That's so funny.
I'm like that's definitely like if you're stuck on a ship, you're definitely making jokes like that.
Oh yeah, I can.
Like
It definitely felt like a whole bunch. It felt like two guys just bantering at one
yes.
another.
Yeah,
Yes. Um
that definitely is up there in my favorite scenes. Yeah,
yeah, it was good. It's a very good comedic, like relaxing, somewhat historical movie.
I like
Um
if you're just a flamboyant. Not even flamboyant doesn't even have to be said. Just like a Swedish dude, but like massive. I thought it was a very good
I
juxtaposition.
think
Yeah.
yeah, he was a very fun, interesting character throughout the whole movie. Some of honestly my favorite fight scenes or combat scenes came from him.
And that dude can sing, by the way. That actor, he can.
Yes, he can. It is very impressive.
So apparently that dude that Alan Richardson plays was apparently really really crazy. Was essentially a lunatic. I think in one of the
I mean,
briefings it said
yeah, no, it
showed
did.
up, killed Nazis, effed off. That's all the briefing says.
I mean, he did kind of demonstrate that where he's like, "Hey,
I know it was
I just want to
so.
fill a bucket of Nazi hearts.
I just wish we got more of those guys. Just that's the one complaint I do have is I wish we got more of those guys instead of a little bit more of the spy
yeah,
element. But I get why it was there. It's just I wish we got more of that and a little bit less of that. The
yeah."
I
spy
mean,
element.
yeah, yeah.
But
I was definitely hoping for more action coming from a Henry Cavill punches Nazis movie.
yeah. Yeah.
I think he was maybe probably slightly limited when it was more of the his when it had a historical approach to it. Um
Well, yeah.
I don't think they would allow him complete free reign over just destroying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
sure
mean,
they gave him some guidelines to
Like,
follow and he
yeah.
give me a better scene after he picks up that axe. Like, come on.
yeah, that was the looks at the broken shaft of an arrow axe.
Give me a better scene than just like three swings. Come on.
In three swings and it's just like, hey, is that your blood?
I hope not.
And I'm like, that's it for the axe. I was hoping to see like a Nazi head just get cleaved off or something.
And they could do that without making it like rated R gory.
Mhm.
Exactly. Just a silhouette.
Overall,
Yeah.
definitely a very fun film.
Yes.
Yeah, solid 7.
All right.
7, 7.5, and 9 looks like.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep. With that, I have no idea what I want to choose next. Andrew, pull up the wheel. And it looks like we're watching Civil War. For the longest time, because of how it was looking on my end, I thought it was going to be Arcadia.
I did too. I was like, wow, okay.
More.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us this week for our episode of Galactic Reviews. Join us next week as we watch the new Civil War movie.
So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.
And fuck you.